The ideas and opinions expressed in the Black Shirt podcast are not necessarily the ideas and opinions of our sponsors.
Hey, what's up, guys? We're back.
That's right, motherfuckers. Can I cuss? I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm allowed to do whatever I want.
It's the Black Shirt Podcast with your host, Clint.
And Dirk.
That's
me,
right.
And that's him.
Woo.
And that's us.
Yeah, man, we got a hell of a show tonight. We're going to be talking about there's so much new Star Wars content.
Too much.
Yeah, they got the new Wonder Woman 1984 coming out in a couple days.
Like fucking 4 days, and then you got just a slew of shit from Marvel.
Fantastic Four.
Jump off a cliff. Secret Invasion.
So much stuff. But before we get going with that, we want to like, share, subscribe.
Follow us on all of our social medias. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Parler. We're not on Parler. Tidal. We're not on Tidal. Sorry. The first three were all legit, though. Let's go.
That's right. What have you been up to, man?
Oh, shit. I got a personal trainer. I started going to the gym. Sucks. It's the fucking worst. Yeah, what's up?
Me and Dustin Stroud, who's been on the show many times.
Good old Dustin.
We just did an interview.
My fave.
We did an interview with Boudreaux Partida and the gang.
Old Boudreaux.
Old Boudreaux.
Who I know personally.
Yeah, well, I interviewed him on my
on
the Clint Baker show.
He's the guy that made the short film.
He's the Emmy Award winning film producer.
Well, that's a good
creator,
accolade.
Director. Yeah, it's pretty good.
For him, it's a good thing to be like the follow-up to an Emmy Award-winning fucking film.
Yes, and they're doing a I gotta get out of this screen here. They're doing a documentary on the Backroom. The Backroom was a
Primos.
Primos, yes.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
I just came up. That was off the dome.
That's a club that we used to play at all the time.
The one with the pole.
The one with the pole.
Everybody knows about the fucking
Everybody
pole.
knows the pole.
The
Come
pole.
on.
Yeah,
Everybody knows the pole.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we used to play the riddling.
930 Club makes you cupcakes.
It is
Backroom
the
has a pole.
It is the dude. It is very much the 930 Club of Austin. I never even thought of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. For those who don't know, the 930 Club is in D.C. and it's an awesome club. But
They make you cupcakes.
They do.
And they say 9:30 a.m. on them, and it's perfect.
And they have a vegan kitchen at the 930 Club, and I remember them asking our tour manager if any of us were vegan, and they said, "Are you kidding? These guys are from Texas. They eat vegans for breakfast."
That's
yeah.
right.
He didn't even know I was listening.
I was the only Texan in an all vegan band tour package one time, and it was just like, how many of you are vegan? And I was like 9. And then one real man's meal, please, and thank you. Well,
the backroom was a good spot. We played there a bunch. And,
yeah, I'm too young for it. I never got to go. I remember hearing about it because I moved to Austin in 2007. It closed in 06.
It closed in 06, and it was.
But it was one of those places that, being from a small town in Texas, you would hear about. Oh, Gore's playing the fucking Backroom.
Yes. What's cool about that place is it was like a little island away from downtown.
Right. So it wasn't in the shit.
Yeah, you got all these other places, or do you want to go over to the Backroom? And that was a minus for some people.
It was like a clubhouse.
I don't want to drive all the way over there and be like, I would rather drive over there than deal with all that.
Well, that's kind of how you feel now. I've lived in Austin for 15 years now, and it's like I will do anything to not go to 6th Street. I'll drive any distance to go to a decent bar.
Exactly. That's why I like Kick Butt Coffee so much. Kick Butt Coffee is up north, and it's away from all the BS downtown. And I'd rather be doing that.
And now New Emos is kind of like that too, where it's like if you're gonna go to a show, it's either go downtown or go to Old Emos or to New Emos.
It's like if you next time you go to a show, when you're looking
2025 something like that.
Exactly. When we are allowed to go to shows again. Anyway,
I fucking threw you there. Sorry.
I almost made a joke, and I'm like, I'm just gonna leave it alone.
You gotta shelf it.
But when you're staring at the stage to the left, you can see the
pole.
The bar. Yeah, that pole is in front of the bar, and it's awesome.
My friend Jesse works there. He's the bartender at Barflies, the best bar in the universe.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, super.
Yeah, and we got some other news.
All kinds of news.
All kinds of news.
See, now we're fine.
DC news.
I had like 3 or 4 people in my shit that were like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, the intro's going.
We don't get it. They don't. You guys don't know. We filmed that intro like an hour ago.
We had to because we had the camera crew here.
Yeah. So we did that for them. They wanted some B-roll of what we do. So we filmed that, and then we said, dude, I'm feeling kind of lazy. Do you really want to do the intro?
It was a really good intro.
Yeah.
It was a great. I don't think we could have done it better running it again.
I'm just lazy. I don't know about you.
I mean, hey, you run the show, bro. I'm just here. It's your world. I'm just living in it.
Well, man, we got
all kinds of news. It's weird not doing it. The intro, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like we get all hyped up. Boom.
Yeah.
Hey!
I just don't feel if we don't say, hey,
We're back.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
It's fine. We'll never do it again.
Well-
Don't worry, guys. We're only up for a Emmy Award-winning documentary every once in a blue moon. So
That's right. And
don't mind us.
and while we were solving crimes,
Oh, Sammy P on the keys. Hey,
you know, we're just some 30-somethings
Sure.
with a podcast. You
couple
know what I
of
mean?
30-year-old white dudes with a podcast, which is the new bar for crime fighting and mystery solving. If Scooby-Doo was alive today, he'd be a 30-year-old guy with a podcast. And so the big news here is that I don't know, Raggy.
like they
Damn,
solved,
Shaggy's good.
like they solved the Zodiac
Let's
killer.
split up,
Scoob.
gang. Yeah, the fucking Zodiac killer after 51 years. A couple of dorks with a podcast, not these ones, but some
Different dorks, yeah.
other ones, figured out they cracked the code. They solved the Zodiac code, which has been the source of frustration for thousands of women in their 30s.
Dude, that's what we need to do. We need to start solving crimes.
It's crazy that the girl. Okay, so like white woman with a podcast caught the Golden State Killer. White dudes with a podcast figured out the Zodiac thing. It's like, when do we just get rid of cops and get white people with podcasts?
Defund the police, fund the podcast.
Fund the podcasting.
That's what I'm
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about.
yeah.
By
For
the way-
sure. Because these guys, I mean, this is big fucking news. Like, this was a mystery. This was something that infinite number of police, FBI, CIA, who knows who else was tasked with solving.
Yeah.
And then it was two dorks on
It's brilliant. I love
how
it.
I Get Away with Murder podcast number 47 that figured this out and cracked the whole fucking thing.
You need lime. You need lime.
The only thing that sucks about it is that it's pretty lackluster once you read what he actually said, because he basically just said, like, hey, what's up, losers? I'm the Zodiac Killer. You guys are lame. Like, that's all it says is, like, you guys are dumb. You'll never figure this out.
Did they figure out who it was?
It'll take you 51 years. I think so. Like, I don't know that he revealed himself in the code.
I didn't know.
But
I
I'm
don't actually read
sure that catching him will come from
that.
cracking the code, because like serial killers do that. Like they give some hint of themselves.
Yeah.
That's like they want to be caught, but they want to be caught in some like grandiose fashion. So it's like it's only a matter of time now before we know who the Zodiac Killer was, and then we know it wasn't Ted Cruz, even though the memes said that it was. But the thing is it's just like, yeah, you know, like you get it's you know what it felt like? It sounds so stupid, but it felt like don't forget to drink your Ovaltine. Like from A Christmas Story, when he gets the decoder ring and he finally decodes the secret Little Orphan Annie message, and it's like, don't forget to drink your Ovaltine. That's what this felt like, because you thought it was just going to be like, my name is Jeff and I am the Zodiac Killer. And it was just like, you guys are dumb. You'll never catch me.
That's right. Speaking of funding podcasts, this podcast was brought to you by the
Manscaped.
Lawnmower. Yeah, the Manscaped. If you want the new Lawnmower 2.0, if you want to shave your balls,
If you want to.
you need to use the Lawnmower. I'm just kidding. We're not really sponsored by
We're
them.
not, but
it's
we
brought
should
to you
be.
by Keeps.
Keeps and Casper, if you
And
guys want to
Black Rifle Coffee. No,
what's the other one? Fucking
I don't know.
Stamps by mail.
yeah,
Stamps.com.
Stamps.com.
I feel like you have to be a real dork to get a Stamps.com fucking
Yeah,
sponsorship.
if you need,
It's rolling in right now. I just checked my
if you
email.
need a
They said they're
weed
calling
scale,
us.
Stamps.com. Yeah.
If you're not selling drugs, Stamps.com. Yeah, so this was, I mean, it's historic news, but you're still just kind of like,
Carlos says,
what up, Carlos?
Carlos says, bro, but that ball deodorant is the shit, though.
That is some good ball deodorant.
Yeah.
As far as ball deodorants go, it's top notch.
I actually, and if you guys at the lawnmower, what are they?
Manscaped?
If you guys are listening, I walked up on two guys talking about
Shaving
this.
their
He's like,
balls.
dude, I spent like $76 on the shaver, but dude, I enjoy shaving every morning. And I go, shaving your
Every
face?
morning?
Yeah, and he's like, no, dude, I just shave and I feel so fresh and clean. And
Jesus,
and
fuck.
feel
I shave
gr-
my
I
balls
feel-
like once every 3 months.
I feel
quarterly.
great. I feel and I was like,
I subscribe to 2 magazines, Shit Yourself Quarterly and Shave Your Balls Quarterly. That's it.
I was like, dude, are you doing a bit right now to this guy?
Nope.
And he was like, no, really,
Nope.
man, I love
I
this
just
thing.
love shaving my balls.
It was the yeah. I just and honestly, I was like, maybe I need to get one of those.
Maybe he's a fucking shill though. What if he's a plant?
Maybe
Like,
yeah.
he's a fucking like.
I
Yes.
don't know, man. Well, if you're listening, you can send us a couple. We'll review them on
Oh,
here.
I'll do it live.
We're not gonna shave on.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
We're not shaving live.
I'll do
We're
it.
not
I don't
shaving
care. I'll
live.
do it on my
Yeah.
live on my Instagram. I'll shave
I
my
don't
balls.
care.
Shave my balls right here. I
Yeah.
ain't afraid of you.
Um,
Yeah. So
yeah.
yeah, lackluster. Like it's huge that it was discovered. Like what the fucking Zodiac killer. Like they cracked the code.
Oh
You
yeah,
just
we're
wish-
talking about stuff.
Yeah, right. You just wish that he'd said something of merit because it's literally just like, "Hey, I'm the Zodiac killer. I wear a bag on my head and I shoot people fucking at the park." And you're just like, "Yeah, we already knew that, dude. Thanks. Don't forget to drink your fucking Ovaltine."
Oh, that's weird. That's fun.
Can confirm. What else we got?
What else we got? We got.
Is that all we got? Ball shaving and a Zodiac killer?
Speaking of needing to
Cryptic-
shave your balls,
This is a ball shaver
yes,
for sure.
Shrek uses the Manscaper 2.0.
Everybody,
And-
2.0, 1.0. This is Shrek came out.
They're on 3.0 actually.
Yeah,
with,
Shrek
with
came out
new,
ages ago. Though.
With no hair pull technology. You don't want to hurt the boys.
I feel like the scientist that made that had to feel like he was being underutilized. Where it was like, "What's your job?" It's like, "I'm here to figure out whether black holes
it's
have anything inside of them." What's
He's-
your job? My job is to make a shaver that won't pull your ball hair when you shave your balls.
yeah. He's like I apprenticed for the guy that made the ceramic shingles that keep the space shuttle from blowing up. You know?
I made a
And,
ball shaver that won't pull your ball hair when you shave your balls.
It also won't burn up in the atmosphere.
It won't. It's made of polycarbonate plates. So this is stupid. This is peak 2020 right here. Shrek has been added to the fucking Smithsonian.
That's right.
Basically, the goddamn Library of Congress has preserved Shrek in the National Film Registry, and I can't help but feel like that has to do something with the memes, because there's tons of memes about Shrek. I don't know how he became such a fucking icon, but they're like Shrek memes are a thing. Like it's a thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing. And I feel like Shrek isn't that good of a movie on its own, but the cultural significance of the idea of Shrek is going into the Smithsonian.
Hey, I'm in, dude. I went to the Smithsonian.
I love Mike Myers.
Have you ever been to the Smithsonian?
But imagine if this was a different Mike Myers movie. Imagine if they were like, Austin Powers, the spy who shagged me, is going into the fucking Smithsonian.
Dude, I'm down with some Cameron Diaz. I like Cameron Diaz.
Sure.
Cameron Diaz, married to my buddy
Chris Rock? Fuck off.
Hey, she's married to Benji from Good Charlotte.
I told you about how I feel about him.
Yeah, and then I've only met him a few times. I'm better.
I've only met him once, and I had to run away because it was a full-blown conflict.
I had Joel and I have spoken more than
Joel
Benji and I,
saved
but
my ass one time.
Joel
on
was
tour.
cool.
Yeah.
And then what's the other thing I was going to say about that? Oh yeah, and my old band was supposed to have a song. Cameron
In
Diaz.
Shrek?
No. Cameron Diaz was
Oh.
going to do a travel show on VH1, and they
Uh-huh.
were going to go all over the world. And we were in the running to have our song
Be
be
the
the
theme
theme song for that
Damn,
show. If
that
that would
probably would've been
dude,
cool.
dude, we would have 4K cameras right now. If that
Oh,
would have
we'd be
gone
living
through,
like
we
gods,
wouldn't. No 1080p for you guys. We would be in 4K.
I'll tell you, I've told the Good Charlotte story on another episode.
Yeah,
but
look,
I don't remember which one. Somebody asked me about it on
we'll
mine.
post it. I'll post it in the comments of
Don't.
of
We're gonna
this.
get fucking.
You canceled.
We're gonna get in a fight with Good.
No
I'm gonna
way,
have to
dude.
relive this fucking haunted memory of getting in a fight with Good Charlotte.
It's a good story. I actually told that story the other day at a bar because I was talking about Nikki Sixx passing
Crue.
passing me the
That was the
tongs.
like weird
That-
plot
yeah,
twist of
that's
that
weird.
story. Was
Yeah.
he was just like, fuck those dudes.
And that came from another thing because I don't remember what I was talking about. Long story short, I have a friend who had a kid at the same school as Nikki Sixx's kids, and he was a very involved father, and all the mothers would show up. Like it was the
throw
perfect.
their panties at
It
him.
was the perfect age where all the high school girls that love Motley Crue are now parents, and they would go in heels full makeup, dressed to the nines.
1985 fucking,
Yes, exactly.
not to throw your boy Jarrett under the bus, but
that
But yeah.
exactly. And they would show up for open house, for everything because Nikki Sixx was there. I think it's
Yeah.
hilarious. Anyway, we're going off the fucking road. We
It's
got
okay.
plenty to talk about.
we
so
don't
let's-
even have rails, bro.
Yeah, let's.
It's 2020. We don't know. They don't
Yeah.
even fucking exist.
You know what? I'm not even going to do any content now. We're just
Yeah.
going to talk.
We can go. I don't care. I can reel all day.
Well, speaking of
I'm fucking
chaos,
Steely Dan. I can reel in the ears.
speaking of chaos,
That was a deep cut. Yeah, chaos. Oh, this.
Nick Cage.
This is good. I feel like he stole this from me because I cuss like a fucking sailor. And Nick Cage is hosting a new show called The History of Swear Words, which it breeds my love of etymology and my breed of fucking my love of fucking cursing into
I
one
back this.
one mystical show hosted by the one and only Nicolas Cage. So I imagine he's gonna pull like they basically made that George Carlin bit a show where he's like, fuck is the best word in the English language because you can use it for anything. Fuck you, you fucking fuck. Canceled. So yeah, this is coming out January 5th, which we're already, guys, I don't know if you know, 2020 is over with. We're fucking a
this
week
close.
from Christmas. It's Christmas. We're going in. Yeah, it's literally fucking 9 days till Christmas tops. I stopped keeping track of time back in March.
You know
because
what?
time is fake.
Time is
Nothing happens.
just
when
made
you-
up,
Nothing
dude.
happens when you die.
I mean, we spoke last week about calendrics. If you really want to talk about time, you can go listen to last week's episode.
Jimmy Calendrix.
Jimmy Calendrix
Got
was
you-
the best,
Got
dude.
you good with that.
That was so good. I was laughing about that 2 hours later.
Got you good. That
Well,
was off
all
the
I
dome.
hear, we got some DC news.
Oh damn! Not to
DC.
throw Jarrett under the bus one more again, but 1984.
Oh yes.
Oh!
Boom.
In your face.
19. When I hear, dude, Christmas, the year's almost over. Christmas is
Christmas.
almost here. All I hear is Wonder Woman 1984 is happening next week.
Looks
That's what
really
I
good.
hear. That's
And
what I hear.
Now you got it. It's coming out on HBO Go on demand and in theaters, and I feel like that's kind of just like a fucking like. It's a bit of a fuck you to the theaters where they're like, "Hey, let's go head to head." It's like when somebody says like 1v1 me in Rust on Call of Duty, and it's like you're like, okay, but why are we playing a game mode where I know you're good at it? Why aren't we playing the game mode that we were already playing? Because like obviously everybody's gonna watch this from home.
Yeah, in this movie though, it's like they pushed it back so much. They pushed this. This thing was supposed to come out. Wonder Woman 1984, if I remember correctly, was supposed to come
October
out
or
in
something.
March. At
Oh,
some point, even and then it got pushed back to May. And I think it was even supposed to come out sooner, but they kept pushing it back and pushing it back.
Well, I
pushing
think
it
they
back.
kept pushing it back, thinking coronavirus was gonna go away.
Yeah, this will be a 3-month
Oh yeah,
thing. It'll be
fucking
over
6
with.
months, and then it's like fucking okay, cool, a full calendar ass year,
And
and it's like, god damn it, we got to put it out.
the problem is they'd released the trailers. They can't. You can't. I mean, they did it. So, but and once the
I mean,
trailers
sorry,
are out,
but
it's
he
out.
did it. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So I think in a perfect world they wouldn't have released the trailers before, and we wouldn't know anything. But at this point, we all feel like our memory, we can remember the trailer, and it's like, oh yeah, I remember seeing that. You know, it's almost like a memory that a movie you've already seen. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because you remember kind of vaguely what it was about.
yeah,
So
I know
anyway,
it's Wonder Woman. I know it's the '80s. I know Chris Pine is a ghost.
it's gonna be I think Wonder Woman like crashes through a Blockbuster Video, and then like Samuel Jackson shows up with like.
With an afro.
No, I'm doing a bit with like the Captain Marvel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be good. Gal Gadot is fantastic. Chris Pine's in it. He's hilarious. I don't know how they got him in there because clearly he died in the past. But I heard somebody saying this is all in her mind. He's not. He's a hallucination.
Like the whole movie might be in her mind. You know,
there you go.
don't even know. Like,
I mean, this podcast might be in everyone's mind right now. This could be
a time hole.
Yeah.
What do you know? Like, you could be playing a role-playing game of the real world that is happening. Shablam! Because
Yes.
Chris Pine's doing a goddamn
Yes.
D&D movie in your
D&D,
face.
That was
In your face.
Dude, it was like a ninja of
Ta-ta-ta.
segues. Yes.
Can you deal with that?
Wah!
Yeah, because Chris Pine's doing a D&D movie. They already did a D&D movie back in the fucking 80s. Nobody cared.
It was
But-
Dumb and Dumber.
It was
No, that was actually the 90s. Sorry,
different
my bad.
D&D. But D&D's having a strange resurgence now because we live in the fucking apocalypse and people are stuck at home all the time.
Stranger Things is made that.
And wanting to live in a big fat fantasy world like I've been living in since 2002. So yeah, Chris Pine's I'm sure gonna be the ranger or the paladin in this fucking D&D movie that's happening. Because it doesn't make sense that he would be the mage or the cleric.
Yeah, or the
So-
dungeon master.
No, I think it's gonna be.
When I
let's
was-
see. Let me think of who's gonna be dungeon master.
I don't.
John Favreau.
When I was a kid, there was a cartoon. And
D&D cartoon.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it wasn't the one with Simon Belmont, like you
I was-
schooled me on. That was that's Castlevania,
I was
dude.
right.
But there was, and when I'm talking about like in 1983, dude,
Oh, yeah,
this
I
is a
remember it.
long time ago.
I watched it
and-
posthumously.
And there
but
was
I watched
there was a little bitty Yoda looking dude that had long white hair that that didn't have the ears.
and he was the dungeon master.
He was the dungeon master, and I can't. Oh,
They redid that in the 90s or early 2000s. They like rebooted that. shit.
Granger, I think, was the bad guy,
They
the
like,
evil bad guy.
rebooted that show where it was like some kids were playing D&D and they got sucked into real D&D world, and like the nerdy kid was the mage and like the jock was the paladin, and yeah, I remember.
I vaguely remember that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I remember the mage was like a redheaded kid with glasses, and he had like a green wizard hat and a green robe, and he was very like, I'm a dork, but he could do spells if he wanted to. Yeah, totally remember.
And there was some kind of snarf, like
They had a snarf
thing.
for sure, and it was.
I don't know what it was. but-
Blurbkin.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But I was a kid, but that show was badass.
yeah, and like I said, it was badass enough for them to do it again, and D&D is having like a crazy resurgence now.
It's
What's
fun,
up,
dude. It's
Levi?
funny.
I need to
It's
finish my
funny how like
tattoo.
Netflix shows. Who
Yeah.
was that? Levi?
My friend Levi, who does my tattoo work.
Oh, cool. Maybe I need
Shout
to go
out to my boy Ink and Silver 13.
I'm ready for some ink. Maybe I'll go see your buddy.
He's the fucking guy, bro. He'll sort you out. He'll do a big ass rush tattoo on your back for 7 hours because that's what I got. And it's
Awesome.
not even done. I need to like finish the wing on it, and that's what I was saying to him.
Wait, and what was his place again?
I can't remember.
While he's getting the shop name, once again, I'd like to thank Manscaped for sponsoring the show. If
for all
you
of our-
need your ball shaved,
Studio Ink.
Studio Ink,
Studio
guys.
Ink.
If you're in Austin,
That's right. Go to
check out Studio
ask
Ink.
for Levi. Tell him I sent you. This is the fucking dude. He's a legend.
Yes, and if you say Black Shirt Podcast, enter Black Shirt Podcast for 0% off.
For 3
That's right.
3% off. Studio Ink ATX. It's over
I
off of
can't-
7th Street, I think.
I can't wait till we get some actual
Oh, we're
sponsors.
gonna ruin them
We're
all.
gonna-
We're gonna get fired so hard
Have-
once we
have
get
you-
real sponsors.
have you-
It's gonna ruin everything?
And I'm not jumping the
The shark.
No, that doesn't mean what I was like. Jumping the shark doesn't mean what.
Jumping the gun.
The jump of the gun is what. Yeah, that's a different thing.
Gun shark.
But Bill Burr.
He said 3.5% off.
All right, 3.5% off.
3%.
Bill Burr. We're going to talk about him in a little bit,
Oh,
so
got
I don't
lots
want to
to talk-
jump the gun on that. But have you ever listened to Bill Burr's podcast?
Yeah.
I love
Monday morning podcast.
He does a weekly podcast.
I think
and
it's called Monday Morning.
It's not scripted. It's not like he has I mean, he maybe takes a couple notes or puts a couple of phone notes or something.
Our
but
fucking show's not scripted either.
no, I know, but it's like it's
Except for this intro.
Bill Burr has a lot of listeners, and he's just made it like, okay, we're gonna turn the mic on for an hour, and I'm gonna fucking sit here and talk and blah blah blah, and I'm just gonna complain about some stuff and be hilarious because that's who I am. I'm Bill Burr, and his voice doesn't crack.
Yeah,
like that,
once
but,
you're famous, you can
but-
just complain
yeah,
for a living,
he
and you're
just
fucking golden.
he just turns it on and he does it.
Can't wait
and-
for that.
Yeah,
by the way.
me
Can't
too.
wait.
Me too. So
That's what I'm in this for. Is just to complain and win.
I love listening to Bill Burr. Like, it puts me in a better mood.
He's a great guy.
It's just like hanging out with somebody cool at a bar and like having some drinks and just bullshitting with somebody. And his podcast is good. And he has a lot of thoughts on certain things that I see in the news or on TV that are like that kind of get under my skin. And
He's
that's
one of those guys that's like us. He can't be canceled.
yeah. Well, he's like exactly. But
he's just uncancelable.
He's also that's his kind of his shtick is that he just gets irritated with dumb things in this universe that are like, really?
Yeah, and
That's
he
what you're-
fucking cornered the market on it too.
Yeah, and he's like, really? That's what you're gonna like you and so it's fun to listen to.
Mandalorian.
But where it gets really funny is when he reads his sponsors.
Oh,
It's hilarious because he's like, yeah, stamps.com. If you need to send some
fucking mail.
you need to send some. He doesn't even get like Bill Burr about it. He's like, yeah, sending mail can be very annoying, but stamps.com makes it quick and easy. Okay, yeah, stamps.com, guys. So anyway,
I love
blah,
that.
blah, blah, and I'm like, he just reads the thing. It's hilarious. Anyway,
That's how we're doing ours too. I'm
yeah.
gonna tell you.
you know,
If you need to shave your balls,
there's no guys. Sometimes mailing package can be annoying, but stamps.com makes it quick and easy. He doesn't even bother with trying to.
Stamps.com
he's
takes
not
a
selling
system,
anything.
takes a system from 1736 and puts it on the internet. What's next? What do we got? We've been bitching about, screaming about.
But you know what? Do you know what?
We've been really plugging these sponsorships.
Yeah, our faux sponsorships. He's on the Mandalorian, and I'm not. That's the difference between me and Bill Burr.
And he's really good.
And
too.
he's fucking awesome. He did a fantastic job.
We're gonna talk
we're
about
gonna
that
get
in a
into
little
that.
bit. Yeah,
That's
it's
right. So
coming.
let's
We got
let's
like
move forward.
72 other things to talk about because fucking Disney/Marvel won't just stop shitting out content.
That's right. We had Walt Disney Company Investor Day the other day, and they talked about all the stuff that they got coming down the pike.
Whole goddamn
all
world.
the stuff. And first, we're going to start off with Marvel news.
Which
Marvel
is basically
news.
just any news is Marvel news.
Yes, Marvel
now
news.
now that the Marvel overlords rule our life.
Here's what we got. We got
Quantumania, which is the Ant-Man third film.
we got Ironheart, and then we got Moon Knight.
You've got Moon Knight, which is going to be sick. We've already talked about that in the
yeah.
past episode.
We got Captain Marvel 2.
Who fucking cares?
Which I keep seeing that Brie Larson got canceled.
She didn't, though.
And then I
She's
hear she
uncanceled.
didn't, and then I've heard...
She must have got real fucking close, though, because everybody was saying that she did.
I've also heard stuff where they're like, her YouTube is not performing very well.
I feel like it's one of those things like Johnny Depp where it was like they wanted to, but they couldn't. And then
you just can't.
Next movie, they've been like, nah.
Yeah, I
out.
think there's a lot of haters.
Well, we've talked about this. Everybody hates her.
Everybody.
There's no.
I don't.
I mean, everybody that's worked with her hates her.
Yeah.
They don't fucking like her.
And also, I don't know how true that is. Like I like that might just be with like you got people like the Quartering and like and different people that they love to shit on her.
I love to shit on her. I don't.
Yeah,
think
I know.
I thought her movie was the worst one out of all of them.
Yeah,
and to make her the Deus Ex Machina of the DC universe was also really lame.
Yeah,
because she's the least popular character out of everybody, and they made her the like savior of the Marvel universe, which it was like, dude. Okay, like, cool, whatever, like, cool, I get it, but like, you're like super fucking like, I don't even know how to describe her haircut, but that is the guy, that's the one that saves everybody because it's 2020. Cool, I get it, great. And it's like, couldn't just make it the fucking. You couldn't make it the Asgardian god, or I don't know, the Incredible Hulk, who's literally invincible, or like any of the other characters.
I always feel like the Hulk gets cheated on this stuff. Like
he got cheated hard
in the movie. They make him seem
Hulk would
way
stomp
weaker.
A fucking mud hole in Captain Marvel, in anybody. His power is immeasurable.
Yeah,
it's only measured by how mad he can get.
Yeah,
which is ridiculous because I can get so mad so fast.
Whoa! Hey. I started watching her social media, and I was like, "Hey, I think I kind of like Brie Larson," and I'm like, either she's got
she just feels like a big cop out. Like that's the problem. With
either I gotta go back in. Either she just got a few people that didn't like her, and it just became cool to dislike her. Or she's a fantastic publicist that is starting to dig her out of it. That's my angle. I talk a bunch of shit, so people will think I'm a dick, and then they're gonna be like, once people think I'm a dick, everybody will rush to defend me. Yeah, once Keeps gives us a sponsorship,
and once they take it away, that's when we really that's the angle because we lose a sponsorship and we gain like 10 other ones in defense.
Now, can you short? Like the way you can stocks, you can short stocks. Like you think they're going to fail, you can gamble against stocks.
Yeah.
Can you short podcasts? Because we could short ourselves and then just fuck it up.
We do the Black Sox podcast where we like bet against ourselves in the World Series.
Exactly.
Damn. Yeah, that's some fucking next level shit. Probably could. Probably could. They also announced Fantastic Four. So let's see if they ruin this for the 5th fucking time in my lifetime.
I don't. Oh, man, they got what's her name? That's supposed to be. I love her. No, Fantastic Four.
I said Miss Marvel. I meant.
Oh, God.
And then you got Hawkeye, which we've seen some leaked pictures from Hawkeye. That's gonna have fake girl Hawkeye. I can't remember what her name is in the. I can't remember what her name is in the comics. Her name's like Beth Morgan or something like that. I don't remember what it is. She's actually great. She's in Anne Hathaway.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Jade popped in with Anne Hathaway.
Yeah.
We already talked about Morbius in another episode, but yeah, Hawkeye's gonna have her name's Liz or Beth, I think. I can't remember. But in the comic books, she's actually great. She's in the Young Avengers, and the Young Avengers, in my personal opinion, I thought that was the best, because sometimes being progressive is shoehorned into comics,
Yeah.
and sometimes it's not. And I thought Young Avengers, it wasn't, because it had lots of multiracial characters, and by racial I mean not only just human races, but multiracial, this guy's half human, half Skrull. This guy's half human, half Kree, and they're gay together. And that's a huge juxtaposition in the Marvel Universe. They did a really good job of diversifying the group without doing it to make you feel good. They did it because it worked for the story and because it worked for the fucking book. And I felt like that, Liz Barton or something like that.
And it was Emily Blunt. I couldn't think of her name.
Oh,
She's supposed to play Susan Storm.
Oh, cool.
That was the deal.
Yeah, so Young Avengers had a really cool fucking lineup where it was Vision from the future, who was actually Tony Stark, and what was his name? Fuck. It had shit. I can't remember what the names were, but they were gay together. It was he was Wiccan, I think is Wiccan, and so it was very diverse. Captain America was a black guy. It was Patriot. He was a young black dude. And so it was all very diverse, but it didn't feel like they did it just for the sake of doing it.
Right.
They did it because it was good for the book and because it worked.
I feel like that in a lot, even some shows that they do that, and I'm like, dude, I'm all for gay Green Lantern. It's cool.
Sure, and Alan Scott is
yeah,
gay
yeah.
in a universe.
That's what I'm saying. But
so...
some of the shows, I feel like it's a quota, and they they squeeze some of the stuff in there, and I'm like,
I feel like that's Brie Larson.
Yeah,
to be honest,
I'm
where they just shoehorned her in there because it was we need a strong female lead, and it was
dude, and
can't we just use any of the other already good ones that we have to do that? Do we have to make a new one just for the sake of doing that? Shout out to the quartering.
Yeah. It's definitely weird, and I get it, man. They're trying to create a diverse thing. They're trying to be include people, but
yeah, totally.
I say it all the time.
I like it better. It feels more authentic.
Yes,
when you do it because it fits in the story rather than just because hey, we don't have a black guy in here, so we put one in there.
Exactly. Yes.
Or we made Thor a girl because people bitched about girls being in comics. And it's okay.
When you make every cast look...
There's a million good girl superheroes, though, that you could have already used and just done that same thing with.
Yes. When you make every cast look like the wallpaper at McDonald's that has I'm like,
hey,
dude,
we're diverse. Yeah. Buy our food.
When did you see a black guy, a Chinese guy,
eating at McDonald's,
all hanging out at the same table? That's
eating
not
at McDonald's together.
Yeah, no,
and they're all holding hands, and one of them's Muslim.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that's bullshit.
That's a stretch, and it's unbelievable.
Hey,
make it believable.
Yeah,
and include everybody.
Sure,
but make it believable.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that's my problem with it is that there isn't. It's not like there's a lack of ample opportunity to fucking do it right. There's a bazillion goddamn characters. For example, Ironheart is she gets her own show. And it's okay, she's a young black woman who is basically Iron Man. I mean, that's her whole shtick is she's got Iron Man armor. And it's just okay, dude, there's a zillion black woman characters in comics that were already real that you could have given. Why didn't they get a show? Why did they all get passed?
Did they make her up? Is she not?
She's not made up, but she's new.
Yeah.
Where it's there's a fucking load of characters that you could have gotten to. How did she get moved to the front of the line? That's what I want to know.
Hey, I'll tell you, I saw the trailer for Batwoman.
Yeah,
with the new
perfect fucking example.
She looks badass.
Which okay, so check this out.
The trailer looked it looked good.
We didn't even bring this up though. So in the new Batman comic books, fucking Lucius Fox's son is the direct successor to Batman.
That's
he
dope.
is Batman now. Luke Fox, I think, is what his name is.
Yeah,
that's great. That's the perfect way to do that because that dude's been in the story since the get-go.
Yep.
And he's always kind of been associated with the Batman mythos. And then when it came time to pass the cowl They gave it to the guy that fucking deserved it. Because he was in the story the whole time. Lucius Fox is directly tied to Batman. He made all of his fucking gear. And so if they hadn't given it to him and they'd said, we made a new black guy because we want Batman to be a black guy, but not the one that was already in the story.
Who should be the successor.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what they did with this. What they do on these other occasions that I'm so fucking stressed out about is it's like, that guy was already in the story. Why did he not get...
Yeah.
Who stands up for that guy? Who stands up for fucking Luke Fox and says, like, this guy, if you're going to make a black guy Batman, this is the guy to give it to.
Yeah.
Like,
it also makes it sound like some corporate guy upstairs said, hey, guys, I want you to go ahead and make this guy and go ahead and they're like,
and they
okay.
go, do we have a black character in Batman that could take the cowl? And everybody's like, I've never read the book, so I don't know. So let's just make a new one. And then Luke Fox is literally like one away. And he's like, yeah, what about me? Why don't I get it? What about me? My dad made all the bat suits. He made all the fucking planes. He made all the stuff. He invented the fucking Batarang. I don't get to be Batman. And they're like, nah, dude, sorry. I have a fair argument to say that Luke Fox deserves to be Batman.
Yes.
For sure. Like, he absolutely does. And so it's like, when they did that, I was like, boom, that's how you do that. You know what I mean? I feel like there's just there's a pecking order not to be that guy, but it's just like, dude.
I heard this morning that Star-Lord in the comment. Did you hear about this?
Yeah, I heard about it. I can't help but feel like it's a personal attack against Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh,
for those that didn't
one conservative Christian in all of Hollywood is now suddenly a bisexual polyamorous.
No, he got stuck in a time loop and was in there for so long
that he became gay.
That he just said, hey, it's been 112 years. I might as well do this.
Fair. Totally fair.
That happens to people in prison. They're like,
totally.
Man, well.
It happens to people just in real life,
yeah,
too.
It's been,
but it's very hard to not feel like they're trying to force something on him that he doesn't want to do.
Yeah, that's why.
And I feel like that. So what we talked about last week, where we were saying that all those people were up in arms on fucking Twitter about how Jack Black would be a better Star-Lord. Jack Black wouldn't have any problem with that.
Yeah,
he'd be like, hell yeah, hey guys, I'm gay. And like, I feel like it is in some kind of like ulterior.
You think they're fucking with him pretty much?
It's hard not to think that.
Well, yeah.
It's hard not to.
Some writer's like, okay,
It's like if I was a comic book character and you were like, your comic book character is suddenly a fucking communist. I'd be like, well, wait a second.
I'm the opposite of that.
Yeah, I don't want to be that.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, too bad, bigot.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, wait. Why have I already done 3 movies where my guy is fucking Captain America, flag waving patriot, and now in the 3rd movie you guys are like, he's a commie?
No, but I don't want to be I get it. Yeah.
Too bad. We said.
Yeah, like, hey, Dirk, your character is gonna be vegan.
He's gonna be.
No, I don't want to be vegan.
And I guess that's not that big of a deal. That's not quite as controversial. It's like but it's just like
you're supposed to ham it up and be like,
I'm trying.
I want brisket.
I'm trying. Yeah, I know.
I was vegan for a year.
I was too. I think any punk rocker was vegan for a year. It's like part of it.
Yeah.
But. It does feel like
the ride. I got the tattoo.
Yeah. It feels like they're doing something just to subvert him.
Yeah,
in some way.
I thought the same
because
thing.
he did kind of make a big fucking kind of made a bold statement.
And you know what? If he was a dick about it, and he was like, that's one thing. But
he's backed into a corner now.
No, I know, but he's not like he doesn't speak out against gay people. He likes everybody. He seems like a cool dude, and he's always. When it's something that's going to maybe offend his family or offend his church or anything like that, he just stays out of it, minds his own business.
Yeah, minds his own business.
And
people seek him out to bring him into these kinds of things.
Because he doesn't bend the knee. That's I think that's.
I couldn't have said it any better myself.
I think it's rude to do that. Like it's like if some people want to be
because what does it add to the fucking story? What does it add to the goddamn tale? That he's now whatever you guys said he was.
Yeah,
it doesn't do anything. There's no plot reason to do it. So then you go, okay, well then why did we do it? And it's like, well, you're either catering to some demographic,
right,
or you're trying to fuck with this guy.
Exactly.
Those are the only 2 options.
Yep.
And if you're trying to cater to some demographic, it isn't fair to do that to a person who has openly said like, hey, this is what I am and these are my beliefs.
And just
You know?
just
And that's
respect
it.
the guy.
Like, yeah, it's disrespectful.
If he was a dick about it, that'd be different.
It's
But
like if you're a Christian and it's like, we've decided in the 4th movie your character's an atheist. And it's like, okay, but I don't know how to play an atheist because I'm not one. And they're like, well, you're not a good enough actor.
okay, get Jack Black. You know.
Yeah. And it's fucked up.
They're fucking with me. I feel like
It's hard not to feel that way.
I feel like that guy's a nice guy, and I feel like they just need to back off. And you know what? Some people want to be real political in the public. Some people don't want to be real political. Those
he has
people want
every right to have
somebody
his
wants
own...
to mind their own business. Fuck
Yeah.
off, leave them alone.
Yeah.
You know.
For sure.
Uh,
It's like, it is like, as an open-minded person, it's very hard to not look at it as some sort of personal attack.
Yeah.
Because I can't logically wrap my brain around any other reason to do it.
No.
It just doesn't make any fucking sense. And so it almost feels as if after that controversy that we talked about on the last episode, that now they're trying to like poke him out of the role. You know what I mean?
That didn't work, so we're gonna do this. Yeah, totally.
Right. Like we didn't get enough action out of it. We didn't get any action out of him by saying like, this guy sucks on like an internet Twitter campaign and talking about replacing him. So it's
Yeah.
like, we didn't get any response when we attacked his faith openly in fucking the media. We didn't get any response when we attacked the fact that he's a fucking patriot in the media. It's like, what next? We'll make his character, we'll do stuff to his character.
If he would have Gina Carano'd them and been like, she's
Suck my
a
dick.
fighter, she's like, screw
Yeah,
you guys,
fuck
and
you.
now I'm gonna put a bunch of memes
And I love
troll-
her for
and-
that.
and
I
troll
really
you
do.
guys. Yeah.
She's a really brave. And I saw a post from her today that was like, wow, you're number 2 searched on IMDb, even though you're like a fucking pariah in Hollywood. And she was
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's exactly what happens when you're just a real fucking person.
What else do we have in there? So we got
She-Hulk is going to be fucking hot.
Armor Wars. I don't even know what that is.
So Armor Wars was an old Iron Man run where basically he finds out that Justin Hammer has stolen the Iron Man technology and used it to create other suits like the Crimson Dynamo and the Mandroid and Stiltman and a bunch of other fucking low-tier fucking comic book characters. But he tries to pursue some legal action against them, and the government basically says, like, you don't have a fucking monopoly on iron suits, dog. Sorry.
Does
we're
it
not-
say dog?
No, but I did. And they're not going to do it. They're like, we're not going to do anything about it. And so he's like, cool, I'll just fucking blow all those up then. And he goes on like a one-man fucking vendetta against everybody that's wearing an Iron Man suit, like a knockoff Iron Man suit. It's basically it's a very American story where it's like, China's ripping you guys off, but we won't do anything about it. And it was like, if Jeff Bezos was like, well, fuck you, I'm gonna just destroy China then. I'll destroy every Chinese knockoff that ever
He
existed.
can afford to do it, man. Jeff Bezos.
Fuck him, and fuck Elon Musk, and fuck fucking Bill Gates for not being Batman yet, because you have all the stuff you need.
Yeah.
You have all the components. You're a rich guy. You got like the fucking living the Playboy lifestyle. You're fucking got tons of money, big mansions, and blah, blah, blah. You've got secret bases of dudes making all kinds of weird technology for you in secret.
Yep.
So what's wrong with you? Elon Musk, if you don't become Batman by 2022, we're fighting. Fuck you.
You heard it here.
Yeah, bring it, nerd.
So, and we got
Dirk versus Elon Musk on Mars 2023. Secret Invasion, that's huge. Secret Invasion is a giant Marvel arc where it turns out that tons of your favorite Marvel heroes aren't actually themselves and have been it's actually very China. Where it's like the Marvel universe has been infiltrated by the Skrulls. The Skrulls are a shape-shifting race from another planet who can change their appearance to look like anybody. And in Secret Invasion, dude, they blow your fucking mind where they're like, hey, you know Yellow Jacket? Yeah, he was never even a real guy at all. He was a Skrull the whole fucking time. Hank Pym's been in a goddamn cryosleep since 1992. And all of the Hank Pym stories that have happened between then and now, they weren't really him.
Wow, that's cool.
They were a Skrull. Mockingbird, Hank Pym, fucking dude, and it's nuts when you look at who all are actually Skrulls. It's insanity because you're just like, dude, Captain America was a Skrull the whole time, and they're like, he wasn't even him. All those Captain America stories between fucking.
That's cool. That's a good. That's a good story.
It's good, and it was weird, but it was good. It was a very subversive book because like they used it to kind of retcon a lot of shit that didn't make sense in the Marvel universe. Where it was like, why did Hank Pym beat his wife? No, it wasn't really him. It was a Skrull. And it's like, oh, okay.
Oh, no, that's
Okay,
better.
that makes sense. And so it's like, yeah, they used it as like a in our world as a tool to like get rid of stuff that that kind of like didn't fly. But it is a crazy book because you're literally like, whoa, the Thing was a Skrull the whole time since like the 90s, and they're like, fuck you, he wasn't even real. Your whole life is fake. Yeah, it's gnarly to like it.
Yeah, I have a friend. Who has a friend who works for Netflix.
Yeah,
And he's gay, and that's his deal.
his job.
He's
the
like
diversity.
he's like on a board of make sure all the shows are diverse enough or not offensive and stuff like that. It's a weird time that we live in. It's like
right,
I
and
mean,
like I said, I'm not sitting here arguing against diversity in comic books or in comic media. I'm
Right.
just saying that when you do it just to do it, it takes some of the authenticity out of the book.
When you watch some old TV shows and stuff, it does get a little cringy when you see some of the stuff that they used to pull off. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, wow,
Like tokenism.
We've definitely come.
And that's what it feels like now. Is it feels like tokenism
reverse
2.0,
Yeah,
where
reverse
it's like
tokenism.
the new tokenism is like, hey, make sure there's a fat gay guy in the book, or you're a bigot. And it's like, well, that's not necessarily true. It's just this is the Justice League, like there's not really. I mean, to be fair, I guess there was a fat gay guy in the Justice League, Detroit, but anyway,
Yeah.
but it's just like, yeah, it's not. It's just these are corporate fucking entities. That's the problem here.
Yeah.
Is that it isn't your group of friends. These aren't people that you know. This is corporate entities who are using like fucking focus groups.
It's almost like virtue signaling or
Yes,
something. You know
exactly.
what I mean?
Where it's like they're using focus groups and fucking think tanks to like try to predict what you want and put that in media rather than just create good content that gets your attention.
just make good.
Yeah, just
media.
make good stuff. And it doesn't matter if what that person is. If it's good, people are gonna like it.
Exactly.
That's the real whole fucking kernel of truth here is that you're just like.
I feel like they're figuring a lot of that stuff out with the new Star Wars stuff.
And what's fucked is the problem is that if people don't like this character, nobody gets to say that. No one. The argument won't be that they don't like it because it's bad. It will be that they don't like it because it's whatever the fuck pronouns they said.
Yeah.
It's like you're a bigot now for not liking it because it's this, and it's no, I don't like it because it's bad. It's not good writing, and it's not a good character, and it doesn't fucking track in the universe.
If you don't like the new Batwoman, you're a douchebag.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and it's like, or I just already didn't like Batwoman, and you didn't do anything to
Make it better.
persuade me that it was better now. CW's real fucking hit or miss with that shit, though.
I thought it was going to be Legends of Tomorrow, and I was hoping for some Arrow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it looked more like Arrow. And
well, Stargirl's really the one that fucking stole the show on all of this because it's like super diverse, super fucking like they covered all the bases, and it's good, and it's very good. So we got to dive. What do we
let's
got?
go,
What
dude.
else do we got?
What do
Star
we
Wars.
got?
Is Star Wars time?
It is Star Wars news time. Let's see. We got so much stuff. There's gonna be Visions. There's gonna be more Mandalorian. They're gonna film 3 and 4 at the same time. We got Lando. Yeah, we got Lando. We got
Lando's getting his own goddamn show, which is great. And is it animated?
No, and it's gonna be director Justin Simeon.
But is it fucking?
He's a creator of
Donald Glover.
Dear White People.
That's the question. Is it Don Glover?
I don't know. I think
hope
it's
so.
the same. Yeah, he's the one that was in Solo, right?
Yeah,
I think it's him.
I hope it's him. He was perfect.
He was fantastic.
He was perfect.
Yeah.
See, another prime example of just a black dude that already deserved the job getting it.
Because he was badass.
Because he was
That's right.
badass, yeah.
They're gonna have Rangers of the New Republic. I believe that's gonna be Cara Dune. And how cool if they have Bill Burr's character come in and join that cast. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
They're gonna have Ahsoka.
Ahsoka's getting her own
Rosario
show.
Dawson. She's
Rosario
badass.
Dawson.
They're gonna have. I'm gonna. Go
Which is like
back
your
out of
fail.
here.
That's your fail safe.
Fails if
We don't-
everything else fails.
Yeah, throw Rosario Dawson in it.
Yeah, Ahsoka's gonna be badass.
Yeah.
Let's see. We had Ahsoka. We had Andor. That's gonna be dope.
Yeah, because that's the dude that made the Bourne Identity movies.
Yes, it's
what's his name? Sklernsberg?
Tony Gilroy.
That's him.
And it's going to be Diego Luna, who is the guy from Mexican Narcos Mexico. It's okay, I'm half.
He's half. It's fine.
Yeah,
And I'm a Jew, so we're square.
good. So it's that guy who played Cassian Andor.
Yeah, and it's
going to
be a prequel to
Rogue One.
Yeah, which is cool.
It's going to be cool because anytime you get the creator of Jason Bourne, you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be good.
Yeah, and Cassian Andor's arguably one of the cooler characters.
And it's
going to
be a spy movie, but in space. Like, what else do you want?
Yeah, I feel like there's got to be, if they don't put some goddamn boffins in here, because we've been hearing about the boffins being like the best spies in all of Star Wars. If this is the Star Wars spy show and it doesn't have boffins in it, I'm out. I'm out. And for that reason, I'm out.
Yes.
Yeah, not to Shark Tank this shit, but I'm not going down there if there ain't a boffin in the fucking show.
Well, they're doing a series for Kenobi that's going to have...
We've talked all about that, and that's going to have... Now we've officially got Hayden Christensen in the mix as fucking Darth Vader, and they've confirmed that even though timeline-wise, Darth Vader and Anakin and Obi-Wan have not faced off between Mustafar and the Death Star, that they're going to basically retcon that and put another big bad fucking final showdown somewhere in between that.
It's going to be
which means it's probably going to be on Tatooine.
Yeah, Kathleen Kennedy said it was the rematch of the century.
So think about that though, because if Obi-Wan's in exile on Tatooine for that whole fucking time, if he never leaves, then that means, and Tatooine is Anakin's homeworld, then that means that the showdown's probably going to go down there.
I think it's supposed to be 10 years later, which makes sense because because of his age. That's what. But I heard somebody say 10 years later after the first
10
showdown.
years after Battle of Mustafar.
Yeah.
Which would put Obi-Wan in exile on Tatooine and would have Anakin going back to Tatooine looking for Luke and Leia, or looking for Obi-Wan. So imagine twin sons showdown of Obi-Wan and fucking newly minted Darth Vader as Hayden Christensen on Tatooine.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, think about it. Tatooine's really kind of the hub for all of Star Wars. Like, that's where all the big fucking shit goes down. And that's where Darth Maul's final battle with Obi-Wan happened. Yep. And that's where Darth Maul's first battle with Obi-Wan, or technically his first battle with Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon, when he comes at them with the speeder bike. So, that's on Tatooine, right?
I don't even remember.
Yeah, it is, because that's where Watto is. Watto and Anakin was on Tatooine in episode 1.
Sand. I hate sand.
I fucking hate it.
I hate sand.
So it all comes back. It's a very full circle kind of vibe to come back to Tatooine later and have Obi-Wan in the fucking with a little salt and pep. Huh?
And Kenobi's supposed to be directed by Deborah Chow.
And
she was the one first.
She did Mandalorian.
Yeah, first season. She was badass. She's really good with action and stuff. Production starts March 2021 on that one, which is right around the corner. I've heard they've already actually started working on stuff. So, that's crazy. Yeah. Bad Batch is another one. If you're familiar with Clone Wars, this is going to be a spinoff of Clone Wars. Bad Batch is it's a bunch of clones that had flaws, and in training they figured out how to work together, and they all have kind of certain things that they excel at, and they expected to fail out of the training for stormtroopers or clone troopers, and they ended up being a badass
like
elite group.
Force, yeah.
Their flaws made them better than everyone else. Really, like together, they're
I
they're
would
the Bad
love
Batch.
to. I haven't checked, but I feel like they're the games from Star Wars Rogue Commando or whatever that game was called from the Xbox, where you played as like 4 clone troopers that were all like specialists. And I would love to think that that's the same group of clone troopers. I'm not positive that it is, but I would like to think so.
Well, they also
that game ruled. Republic Commando, that's what it was called.
Republic Commando? Never played it.
Yeah, it was sick.
I need to check it out.
It was like, one guy was a sniper, one guy was like a demolitions expert, one guy was like a spy.
That sounds like these guys.
And so that's what I was saying, is it sounds like those same dudes. It would be really cool if that was them.
Well, there's going to be Visions is another one. Visions is going to be some of the...
That's like the Elseworlds Star Wars.
It's a bunch of anime badasses that they got to make a whole bunch of short stories for Star Wars.
So I feel like that'll be like the they did that with the Batman and with the Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about, like Gotham Knights or whatever. So that would be sick, and I would love to see that be like the other Jedi from the Jedi Purge, like. Before that happens, like I would love to see like a Ki-Adi-Mundi short or like a Plo Koon short or a Kit Fisto short. Those would all be really cool to see. But we'll see how it goes. I'm sure it'll just be another recycled fucking Anakin Skywalker short.
They're working on Rogue Squadron. Patty Jenkins, who's doing Wonder Woman 1984, and both Wonder Womans. She's going to be doing that project. What Rogue Squadron? The Squadrons video game. We showed the trailer for that like a month
out
now,
ago. Yeah, I haven't gotten it because it was one of those things that got like mixed reviews.
We saw a video of just the commercial for it. Like was badass.
It still looks really cool.
It looks amazing.
All the complaints that I heard online was that it was like really short and it wasn't like worth the $40. And so it's just like I'll buy it when it's on sale.
That's some broke ass kids talking, man. Where
True.
This old ass.
I
dude,
didn't buy Spider-Man Miles Morales because it was only 9 hours of gameplay, and I was like, I put 85 fucking hours on the first Spider-Man game. So from a from a cost value evaluation, it just doesn't seem worth it.
There's something else here I'm not reading.
I don't know.
Oh, the Acolyte.
Crunchwrap Supreme from Taco Bell.
The Acolyte's another one. Acolyte is the Leslie Headland movie, or not movie, but series. That's the one that Brie Larson's going to be involved in, I think.
Great.
She was on it, unless she got fired. She
I wonder what that's going to be. Maybe about the Night Sisters.
I don't need. It's a High Republic era, and it's that's. All the Brie haters, they like to say, yeah, she just got fired from this, blah, blah, blah. She just got fired, but then you find out she's still got the role.
You know, I wouldn't, what was the name from?
I heard that she was supposed to have according to our friend Mike Zero, our good close buddy, we get a lot of info
that we
from.
talk to all the time.
He said that she was supposed to be the main character.
So that's what I was going to say.
And then she got demoted to like side or like yeah, you're not. This isn't about you. This is a super group.
I think she might be Bastila.
You're like, this is like the A team. This is not the U team. Okay.
Right. If I were casting Brie Larson in something, I think I would cast her as Bastila, and she would be amazing. But that's from Knights of the Old Republic, and I don't, Salad Sucks, dog. I don't know how the timeline works out with that, like what they're talking about in that timeline. But if you were like cast Brie Larson in something from Star Wars, I would say Bastila from Knights of the Old Republic because she's perfect. To be honest.
Speaking of Lucas stuff,
get out.
New Willow series. For those of you who don't know Willow,
those of you who weren't big fat fucking dorks in the 90s and don't remember Willow with
Warwick Davis, man,
and Val Kilmer.
Yeah,
a classic.
He's coming back.
I hope. Well, Warwick Davis is coming back. I hope Val Kilmer has to at least do a cameo. Willow was badass, dude.
Oh yeah,
and there was a cool arcade game that I used to play at the skating rink that was like impossibly hard. Like it was one of those games that was just made to eat quarters and like fuck you out of winning. But it was so cool because you were playing as Willow and you were this like little fat dude like shooting spells, or you could be Val Kilmer, which was sick. So yeah, new Willow movie, which Warwick Davis is reprising his role as Willow, so he'll be old cool Willow, I'm sure. Like
speaking of Lucas stuff, also there's a new Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I feel like they said that it's going to be the last one.
Yep, and at the helm is going to be James Mangold working on that, and it's supposed to be released around 2022. It's going to go into production 2021. It comes out in 2022.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll do the Shia LaBeouf thing and they'll bring him back because he is technically in the canon as Indiana Jones' kid now. Yeah, but I mean, at the end of Indiana Jones, The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which I actually just watched by accident the other day because it was on at work. The hat blows off the hat stand, and Shia LaBeouf goes to pick it up and put it on his head, and right as he does that, Harrison Ford snatches it and puts it on his head, and then gives him one of these. And Shia LaBeouf is his officially acknowledged son, so I feel like this is going to be a family affair for the last film. You know what I mean?
And good old Harrison Ford, man, he's getting up there. You know what I mean? He's like,
Oh, dude, he's
Yeah.
been gone. Are you
Yeah,
joking?
he's-
He breaks his leg every time he does a movie.
he's
Every-
awesome though, dude.
He is awesome. I
I'm
love
always
him.
impressed, dude.
But I have the same thing with Indiana Jones as I have with Star Wars,
we're
which
gonna
is
play.
like
We're gonna play the game. How old is Harrison Ford?
74.
Harrison Ford is 74.
Boom!
Yeah. Hold on. Let's
Thanagarian!
hold on. How old is Samuel Jackson?
63.
71.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
Yeah, black don't crack, dude.
That's right. He doesn't look. He doesn't look
no,
71.
not at all. He's looked the same for his entire career.
And that's
though.
when I hear stories about a possible Mace Windu, but they're like, yeah, but we're talking about maybe in 2024, and I'm like, dude,
Bro, he ain't gonna make it that long.
bro, he's already, yeah, he's
Come
already
on,
71.
y'all better get started.
You're gonna need some.
But I have the same vibe. I have the same opinion about Indiana Jones as I do about Star Wars, where it's like, dude, eventually you have to pass the torch. You
Yeah.
just do. Like, I know we don't want to. I know your fans are a bunch of fucking ninnies.
or
who
let it
will-
go.
Or let it go and never do it again. That's
Yeah.
totally fine too. But when you're talking about a giant franchise like Star Wars, it's like you can't let it go. The action figure sales alone, you have to do
I mean,
you
hey, are
have to.
we gonna do another Back to the Future with not using?
They will. They'll do
Michael
Zac
J. Fox?
Efron in fucking 2031.
Zack to the Future.
Zack to the Future. Yeah, absolutely. That was good. But yeah, that's exactly what they'll do because by then, all of us old heads will be gone and they'll be like, time to recycle this. But with Indiana Jones, it's like, dude, the guy's 74 years old. He literally breaks his leg every time he fucking looks at a movie. We just got to let it go and either give it to Shia LaBeouf or hang it up forever and just say, fuck it, and we're done with it. And then come back 15 years later and do the new adventures of the young Indiana Jones with Zac Efron.
Have,
You know?
have you ever seen when he has David Blaine at his house
Yeah,
doing
get
magic?
the fuck out of my
Get
house.
the fuck out of my house.
Yeah,
It's
get
hilarious.
off my plane. All right, we're booked. We're up.
We're
up.
done. We're getting out of here. We're at an hour and 17 minutes.
The new episode of The
Way too
Mandalorian is
long.
really good, and Bill Burr's in it. You're welcome.
Yeah, Mandalorian. Yeah, let's. Fuck it.
That's a good point, my friend. Levi says, would they use the guy from Solo
Spoiler alert.
to do Indiana
Oh.
Jones?
That is genius, Levi.
Not a bad fucking lick there. That guy needs some work because nobody liked him in fucking Solo. So I did, but people.
I thought he was great.
People hated it.
The big complaint, he's about 4 inches shorter.
Lauren, you're a little short for
I-
a stormtrooper, aren't you?
I think Harrison Ford's like 6'2".
He's a big boy. He's
And-
also an accomplished helicopter pilot
That's
and
right.
has rescued multiple people from death.
Yeah, how cool is that when you're stranded on the side of a mountain and
The coolest.
yeah,
And Han Solo / Indiana Jones flies in a helicopter and saves your life.
yeah, get in, and he fucking hits you with a whip.
Get out. All right, we're done.
No, we're
No, we're
not.
not.
We're not because we have to talk about Bill Burr.
We
but-
do.
'cause
He
it's going to
earned
be
it.
old
He
news real
earned it.
quick.
He earned
We're
it.
going to talk, and I might even chop this off, do it as a separate video.
Chop
but,
it.
Spoiler alert:
Twist
if you haven't seen the new Mandalorian episode
out.
with Bill Burr, get out of here.
We're gonna ruin
Yes.
the new Mandalorian for you, so get out of here if you haven't watched it.
But he was fantastic, and so for all all you YouTubers like Den of Nerds and all these people that are like, I thought he was kind of filler. I wasn't really my thing. I mean, I liked a whole bunch of episodes better. I mean, blah 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 blah, Bo-Katan, Ahsoka Tano,
Shut
blah
the
blah blah.
fuck up is what I have to say about
Those
that.
were great episodes, but come on, dude. Like, if you can't appreciate the acting, the level, they brought the
Get out, Levi.
storytelling up on this to where it's like just the acting.
Yeah,
and
they did some real world building with this episode.
character
That's
arcs.
Character
you know what I mean?
arcs.
They turned a guy that people kind of thought was a slimy scumbag, and by the end of it,
A redemption arc.
Yeah, everybody wants him, and everybody wants him to be a regular.
Yeah. Oh, I want him in the show. Yeah.
Everyone said, "Why didn't he get on the ship?"
He
with
is
them?"
though. He is.
He'll show up.
come
He'll
back.
show up. Yeah.
There'll be like a big last battle, and it'll be like calling all the homies, and he'll fucking show up out of nowhere with his extra hand and shoot a guy and be like, "You thought I wasn't fucking coming back? What do you think I'm some kind of fucking loser?" And like, so yeah, no, he's coming back. They're gonna do. That's what's gonna happen. If you've not watched all of Mandalorian, what this story really is how a person who is from a religion who isn't allowed to have friends, basically, that's what if a Mormon suddenly made a lot of friends along the way, and then in the end of the story needed all of their help. And then all of those friends that he's made along the way, the frog people, the other Mandalorians, fucking Dylan, you son of a bitch, and fucking Gina Carano and Bill Burr and all of those homies, his intergalactic homies that he's created.
I bet you even the X-wing fighter pilot that,
I bet
that will
they
show up
already did.
Yeah.
They did kind of show up and save his ass. And that's what I'm saying is it's like That's the real theme of the show. Is that it's like this guy who is built to be alone, whose entire religion in life was that he's a loner, learns how to care for other people and help other people, and then receives help and care in return.
And he takes his helmet off for the kid. Now there was rumors out about possible like that there was drama that he wanted his face seen and he wanted more. He's a movie star. I want my face in the thing, and I'm starting to believe that most of that was crap. I don't even think that's real. I think they were probably just trying to get some clicks. I know that when I got on to social media afterwards, people were like, "Oh my God, I was crying when he took his helmet off. He did the one thing that he wouldn't do for the kid," and it was awesome. I also saw the way Bill Burr started getting emotional and started going to a bad place. You could see the look in his eyes, and then he shoots the dude. And it was awesome. He didn't have to put it out on the line for his homie, but it wasn't even his homie for Din. But he was like, you know what? I can't leave him hanging.
Didn't see your face. Don't even know that it happened.
It was awesome. And then also that talk.
Well, and that goes to his character too, where it's like, dude, I've got a code. My code's just different than yours.
Yeah.
I'm a good person. You don't get to fucking judge me. I've gone through different shit than you.
And that's what he was kind of telling him on the ride, where he's kind of like, "Oh yeah, you're looking down your nose at me now, but you're over here."
If you were in the position, tell me you'd do something different.
Yeah, you could take your helmet off, or
you can't have your
face seen.
Yeah,
which
right.
one?
What's
which
the
one
fucking
is it?
difference? Yeah.
And then
do your morals shift? Or is it? Or are you really convicted in your fucking beliefs? Or is anyone?
And at that point, Din's still like, "Don't compare us. We're not anything to like." You know what I mean?
But I think afterwards he realizes he's like, "Damn,
you're not so bad.
Not so fucking bad."
And I saw
actually also you're kick ass because you blew that whole fucking base up and you shot 16 guys, no problem. He was just automatically like, "We're shooting people now." Just pop off right now because it's happening.
And that's what was dope. I'm like,
that's the guy you want to have your back. Is the guy that's shoot first, ask questions later.
You got Din Djarin in a room with a bunch of troopers.
Let God sort him out.
And you have a sharpshooter with you. I'm like, this is. I forgot. When he's shot and then the other guys start coming in, I forgot that he's a sharpshooter.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, this is gonna be badass. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And on the same theme, I've been watching Clone Wars, the cartoon, and I saw an episode. I haven't finished. I'm about halfway through that, and I saw an episode where Ahsoka ends up going to Mandalore with Natalie Portman's character, Anakin's wife.
Fucking Padme.
I'm sorry, I was having a brain fart.
Or Queen Amidala. Depending on what day it is.
And so they sneak to Mandalore, and then she starts meeting and people and seeing some other things. And by the end of the episode, she's like, "I'm beginning to see that there's more sides to this politics than I thought. It's not so cut and dry."
Well, and that's a very Star Wars theme.
Yeah,
that's what the new movies with whole Yoda, when Yoda strikes the fucking books down with the lightning bolt, and he's basically like, "You don't fucking need these. These are a loose guideline. The Jedi teachings are bullshit." Yeah, I'm Yoda, and I was a Jedi teacher, and I'm telling you that this. It's like what is it? Dead Poet Society, when he's takes the book and throws it out the window, and he's like, "Get up on your desks!" that's what that was.
It's a good analogy for humankind,
right? Where when you're young and you're an idealist, you think the world is black and white, and then you grow up later and you're Bill Burr.
Right.
And on that note, we're fucking out of here.
Yeah, guys. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time.
Thanks a lot. So, if I'm Bill Burr, I don't care.
Yeah, that's right.
I won.
And we need a like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends.
Cancel us on Facebook. Cancel us on YouTube. Cancel us on Twitter. Cancel us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Yeah, get the Manscaper 2.0, and we'll see you next week.
Nerd Den, suck it. It's Manscaper 3.0. We're at the 3.
Yeah, I don't even know.
3. Anyways, thanks, guys. Goodbye.
All right, man.